Let's learn the basics of a computer system. Whether you're using a laptop, desktop, smartphone, they all function as computer system. Let's break down the essential components that make a computer work. So what is a computer system? A computer system is a collection of hardware plus the software components that work together to perform tasks, process data, and give you the result you need. Think of it as a team of players working towards a common goal. What are the main components? The first one is definitely the hardware. So the hardware refers to the physical components of the physical parts of the system, physical parts or components of the computer. These are the components which you can touch and see. So which are the major hardware parts? You have CPU, you have memory, you have storage devices, you have input-output devices, you have the power supply, etc. So whatever you can touch and feel, those are called the hardware. Now what is a CPU? CPU is often called the brain of the computer. It performs calculations and execute the instruction. What's memory? It's a storage place for all the data that the CPU needs. Also, it helps you to multitask efficiently. Storage devices are like hard disk drives or the solid state drives, etc. I have other videos which explain all of this in detail. Input devices are like devices like the keyboard or the mouse or the microphone that allow user to interact with the computer. And the output devices are devices like monitors, the printers that allow the computer to communicate results to the user. And then the power supply is obviously it provides the electrical power needed for the computer to function. Now the second part what you have is the software. The software refers to the program and the applications that tell the hardware what to do. Software can be divided into two things or mainly generally two types. So those are, okay, let me just write it like this. One is the operating system and the second one are the applications. The operating system, which is also called OS, is the software that manages the hardware resources and provides a user interface. For example, the example of a software operating system is Windows, which is a common one which we use, or Mac OS or the Linux. Now, applications are like programs which are like web browsers, word processors, games, and more, which perform specific tasks for the users. So, application category comes under web browsers, word processes, which is like MS Word or Google Docs or etc., or the games which you play on, those all comes under the applications. Now, how does a computer system work? Okay. So the computer follows a simple process like, okay, how does it work? So what happens? It will take some input. This is about the computer system, okay? So it will take some input, it will process it, it will give the output, and also as an optional one, it can store the information. So what happens at the input stage? At the input stage, you provide data using input devices like the keyboard or the mouse. At the process stage, the CPU takes that input and performs calculations or logical operations. In the output stage, the results are displayed back through the output devices like a monitor or can be printed on a paper. In the storage section, the data is saved in storage devices, either temporarily in RAM or permanently in HDD or SSDs. So now a computer system is crucial in modern life. It helps us perform everyday tasks from creating documents to managing data or running complex simulations. Without this system, many of the tools which we rely on would not even exist. I hope this video was helpful.